This is the most important part of the shuffle, but the bridge is the most impressive. Today's challenge, this month's challenge, is to learn how to play bridge. Let's start with the Wikipedia page for it. The players call in an auction seeking to take the contract, specifying how many tricks the partnership receiving the contract needs to take to receive points for the deal. Okay, well, that was a lot of terms. I've read through the gameplay, setup, play, scoring, rules. Didn't go into tournament history or strategy, any of that nonsense. I think I understand it well enough that I could explain the game to someone who knows bridge and they'd be like, yeah, he gets it. But not well enough to concisely explain it to you yet. So we're going to hold off on me proving that I understand it. There's also a few things I'm still unsure about, like what the benefit of a claim is or how it's scored, but someone else usually knows how you score games. As long as you know how to win, that's what's important, right? So speaking of winning, to win, you have to play. To play, you have to find a website that has bridge. So let's look. Alright, I've checked out a few, and wouldn't you know, I think this first website is the one I'm going with. Free online bridge with a community and a user account you can log into. Hopefully it'll keep track of my stats. So let's create an account here. I've spent the last month learning how to play bridge. I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to teach you how to play now. We are going to play a little game with some robots. It's a 4-person game with 2 teams of 2 people. You take a normal deck, deal it out 13 cards per person, and then you play 13 rounds where everyone discards one card. And the highest card wins that round, or trick as they call it, and you score a point. Your goal is to score X number of points. So my goal is to score 10 points. I win if I score 10 points. The opponents win if they score 4 points, because that means I only scored 9. How many you need to score to win is determined right here in the auction. It's a little complicated how the auction works. I'm going to sort of dummy it down for you and talk about it later. Let's look at the actual game first. So I'm just going to keep betting no trump. There, my opponent finally agreed. We're going to play 3 no trump for this. No trump means there's no wild card suit. He played a spade, so now the highest spade in this round wins the hand. That's how it works. If there were trumps, then like a diamond could theoretically win. Craziness, right? So, since we're playing no trump, I'm going to look at my hand and see how many winners I have. I have the top 2 hearts, so there's 2. I have the top 2 spades, or the top 2 clubs, so there's 2. I have the top 3 diamonds, so there's 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guaranteed winners, as long as I can play them, as well as this one, so 8. 8 guaranteed winners. I need 9 in order to win, though. So I need to find a winner that's not a guaranteed winner. Let's start by playing the queen. Here I could skip and play the ace. It becomes a betting game of who has the king, left or right, because it's not me. I'm going to play the queen, though. Okay, I just turned that queen into a winner. I don't know, I still don't know who has the king, but he missed his chance to play that card. Did I mention that my teammates' hands are all face down? So everyone can see them, which is it's a benefit to me that I get to see them because I see all of the cards I'm working with. It's slightly less of a benefit that my opponents can see half of my cards, but that's how it's going to be. We have our winners. I scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All I have to do now is make sure that I can get from winner to winner. So let's get this ace right away. Then these are good because they're flip-flopped. There's a high card on either one, so I can go from here to there really easily. These are the same way, and these are the same way. So I have a lot of transitions from one to the other. What I'm going to do now is play the low-risk one of just win everything. Since I have all these spades, if I were to play correctly, I could get more than my 9 wins that I need out of this. They're not guaranteed winners, but like once I get rid of the queen, look, I have the jack, 10, 9. I could get 4 or 5 more winners out of that. And that's what I would do in a normal game, but it's going to make it more complicated. Instead, we're just going to collect all of our winners. So I'll make sure to play one of my highest ones in each round. Let's play a 4 and then a king or ace. And then I'll play my 2 and my king. Hey, and the queen actually dropped. So even though I didn't play fancy to look for the queen dropped anyway. So now my jack is a winner. And my 10 is also a winner. And he's now out of, they're both out of the clubs. So I actually ended up winning every trick in this one, turned it into a perfect game. Should score a good number of points for that. 520. If I had at the start bet that I was going to score all 13, I would have won even more. But you do still get some points for overachieving. Next, let's play another hand. I was going to say, let's play another round where I declare that my team was going to win more. But the opponents are declaring this time, so let's let them actually win this auction. I'm going to be the defender just for an example. In actuality, I have 4, 6, 9, 13 points. So that's worth bidding on. But I'm going to try to pass and let them do something. It looks like they want to play hearts. So again, they bid 3, which means they need to win 9. And this time, hearts is going to be the wild suit. So if you play a heart, it beats anything that's not a heart. And then again, just highest. But you can only play it if you don't have any of the suit that's played. So, does that make sense? We'll see. I'm going to start out by playing a 2 of spades. And I'm going to obviously not win anything by playing a 2. But I'm telling my opponent, hey, I have good spades. And he had a good enough spade to win that one. Hopefully he remembered I have good spades and comes back to me with them. I was hoping he would do it immediately. He didn't, but that's fine. Now what I'm going to do is I can play the king, and I would win this round, but then guarantee that that queen is going to win a later round. Or I could play a 9, which would allow them to play the 10. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play the king. Yeah, let's play the king. Because now this will give me an opportunity to tell my opponent or my teammate, hey, I was serious about these spades. And we played 8 spades. That's 9, 10. There's still 3 more. You always want to keep in mind how many you played in a trump, because even though this queen is good, if he didn't have any more spades and he can play a 10 of hearts, that wins because it's the trump suit. So that was good. I'm going to, let's make him lose one of those. I want to play my queen. I pushed my luck too far, but that's fine. Now I have an 8 and 9. They're essentially the same card. Ooh, my teammate is out of hearts. That is a bummer. Doesn't really matter. So if you notice, I won 4. I needed to win 4. I need to win 5. I don't know if I'm going to be able to win another one. I don't have many good cards left. My teammate had a queen, which was not good enough. Nope. Last chance, teammate. So I lost that round. That is a bummer. But that's how you play trumps. Let's play another one when I declare, and we'll play with trumps again. But I want a good hand this time. So 4, 7, 8, 12, 15 points is a good hand. And it's pretty even. I'm going to go off 15 no trump, I think. Nope. They're saying that means something different. They're saying I should play this. So what these all mean, what they quote unquote mean, are sort of arbitrary rules that have been agreed upon. So if you started out with a 1 of spades, that means you have at least 5 spades and at least 12 high card points. And that's just what everyone knows. That's what it means. They know that by bidding a 2 of hearts, it was an aggressive weak jump over call, which means West is saying, hey, I have a bunch of hearts, but I don't have anything good. And when North did a double, let's see if I know before I click it, it means, hey, I got anything except for hearts. Negative double, 4 plus of spades. Apparently it means he had a lot of spades. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, if this thing says he has spades, we're going to do spades. This feels very arbitrary to me. I'm not a big fan of it, especially because how many of the rules you know is important, and you can't really control that when you're playing against the computer. I don't know how easy it is to control when you're playing in person. Anyway, we started the auction, or the game. We ended the auction. I need to win 8 tricks. I have 8 trump cards, which is not bad. I have crappy cards otherwise. My teammate here, he only had 2 for 8 points total. Not very good cards. Not his fault. I'm going to go ahead and win this. And then try to think of how the heck am I going to get a bunch of wins in here. I should get at least 4 wins for my trump cards, for sure. 5, 6, 7. So I only need one more. A real good way is with this heart. I'm going to do this and intentionally lose a heart, but it'll allow me to get rid of hearts in my dummy. So now whenever somebody plays a dummy, I can trump it, which means it's important that I regain control. So I'm going to toss the ace down, get control again, and now I'm going to immediately play a heart. And I won that in the dummy. And what I want to do now is draw trumps, which will make my opponents spend any trumps they have, as well as pass control back to my hand so that I can play another heart. One thing to note is how many trumps have been played. He had 2, he's played 2, I played 1. That's a confusing way to do it. And he's played 1, so that's 9. So there's still 4 trumps, and my opponent on the right has all 4 of them, as you can see, because this guy he didn't have any, or he would have had to play it. So my opponent on the right started out with 5 spades. That's a bummer. Luckily, what we're going to do is win another one of these by playing another heart. Curious that he's now run out of hearts. He chose not to play a trump because he didn't have one that was higher than a queen. So what do we want to do now? Let's us think. Let's cash in our ace of clubs. Or no, actually, let's see if we can sneak by. Right there, I was betting that the person on my right had both the queen and the king. Turns out the person on my left had both the queen and the king. Sometimes it doesn't work out for you, but that's okay. I still won it in the end. That was 8 of them. Let's, what do we want to do now? I need to win 2 more. Yeah, let's draw a trump. We'll win this one with our ace. They won 1. I only need to win 1 more. I do have 2 trumps, and I win this one because a 6 is not good enough, buddy. So I've gotten my 8 points. I've secured the contract. Now I'm going to see if I can get any bonus points out of it. Here, I'm going to try to psych them out. If they haven't been keeping track of what cards I have, I'm going to dump this one because I'm going to play that card later. Oh, except he won. All right, overthought that a little bit. I'm not going to do anything. I already won, though. So that's another win. Do I have time? Let's see if I can defend against a Trump's contract as well. I'm just going to keep passing until we get one. When you are defending, or when you're playing, when you're declaring, it's just you in control. You're in control of both sides. When you're defending, your teammate is still playing. So it's important to try to continue to pass information to your teammate via whatever cards you play. Again, these are like agreed upon rules, but it's also sort of intuitive. Sadly, it also requires a lot of remembering. Let's skip this. We're looking to defend here. Bridgebase is way too biased towards giving you good hands. It's been so many passes trying to get a no trump defend. So this is the way the auction went. I came up and I have 4, 5, 9, 12, 15, 16, 18 points. No way would I normally pass. That right there is a 1-no trump start. But I passed in the hopes that we could actually get a game. West played 1 of clubs. East played 1 of hearts, meaning that he has 4 hearts because he passed originally. He has 4 hearts and like 10 high card points. West said, dude, I don't have hearts, but let's go no trump because I have a balanced hand. And he said, do whatever you want. So it's not a good auction for my opponents, but they only have a 1, so they only need to score 7, so it's not too bad for them. Anyway, here we are with the start. My teammate played a 2 of hearts, which means he's got good hearts. But he's now telling me he's got good hearts and wants me to play as well. I have the ace, king, jack is played, 10, 9, and the 8, 7. So my teammate has probably the queen and the 6. Doesn't have very good hearts in my opinion, but he wants to play hearts. I'm going to go ahead and win this one. No idea why my teammate is playing hearts. Does not have the queen. So here's ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7. He's got at best the 6, the 5, and the 4. So that was a terrible opening from my teammate, in my opinion. Limited that I know. I am going to keep this ace because that will let me regain control if he ever tries to play all of his hearts. Let's look at what other winners I have. 1. Not many. Let's go ahead and play our queen. Hey! That's good. So now I have the opportunity to win with the ace or potentially win with the jack. If my teammate has the queen, I'll win. If West has the queen, I'll lose. I'm going to risk it. And I lost. That's a bummer. I do get to win this one though. And I'm also sure that this one will win. The good thing about no trump is that I'm positive this one will win, because I don't have to worry about trumps trumping me. So that was a good win. My teammate should be telling me with his discard information. Low on this should mean I think he wants me to play hearts, but I'm not going to trust that because he was incredibly wrong before. But diamonds I don't want to play. Let's play hearts and we'll hope for something good. Yeah. Okay, that was probably a bad idea, I guess. Let's pretend that never happened. We'll just win our hearts back. I need to win 2 more because I have 5. So if I win 1 more, it would be 7-6, and they would win. I have 1 guaranteed winner right here. If I play the ace first, he's not going to play the king. So let's... I'm going to depend on my teammate to have the other winner here. I don't have anything that can win. So if I play one of these, he's going to win it, and then he's going to pop back in hearts. We've already decided my teammate does not have good hearts. So let's see if he can somehow win in diamonds. Hey! There's a little luck, but also some logic that went into that. Now we just clean up here, and we've won that contract. Let's take a look at how it's the hands that they started with. So yeah, his opening of a 2 of hearts, the only reason he would play that if he knew I had good hearts, and he really had no reason to think that I had good hearts, so I don't really understand that move. But at the same time, he doesn't have the best hand. So he had to play something, right? Anyway, that is how you defend a no trump contract. Hopefully you've gotten a good idea of the game, understand how it plays. I know that I said the wrong thing several times through here. I tried to correct myself on the screen when I did it. Next, I'm going to show you a little bit of how I learned and practiced playing. I was going to try to show you my phone, but we're going to do this old school. First, I started with this Learn Bridge app. As you can see in the pictures, it's just a lot of words. The app just teaches you how to play. It gives you examples, it gives you rules, and it tells you to go practice. You need a different app if you want to actually practice. You can't play the game in it. I thought it was useful. It was fun. It made it seem very complicated, which is accurate. Yeah. Then for actually playing, I played on this Tricky Bridge app. It also had a session or a section that taught you how to play. I flew through that in like an hour because I'd already learned on the other app. It was kind of dumbed down version. It might be easier to learn, definitely not as in-depth. Most of the app is locked behind a paywall, which is disappointing, but it does give you the ability to play games, and it gives you hints as to what the correct bid should be, and allows you to replay the same exact hand. In case you mess up and you want to see, oh, what would have happened? I liked that feature. And it also gives you this breakdown, I don't know if I can get it bigger, of your score at the end of a match, which I thought was very helpful. Here it is zoomed in a little bit. So you get points for every trick. There's a bonus if you get a game. There's the bonus if you make your contract. This one was doubled and slammed and over-tricked. That's a lot of points. I've never won that many, but I liked this breakdown. The last way was through Bridge Base itself. There's a section called Bridge Master. And these were just preset challenges at different difficulty levels. I cleared all of the beginner ones. And it's essentially just, here's a deal, and you have to make the contract. A lot of them are 6 no trump, or 7 no trump, or they'll be... I'm not a big fan of these, because they varied greatly in difficulty. Anyway, I learned how to play bridge. You may or may not have learned from this video. You probably didn't. I apologize for that. I re-recorded my matches 4 or 5 times. I've been doing this for a couple hours. I'm done teaching you. If you want to learn, go spend a month doing it. Challenge complete.